So I didn't actually expect to be making a review for Stray today. I got on my PS5 about 10 a.m. this morning, downloaded Stray from the PS Plus premium service just to play a little bit and relax, and before I knew it, it was 3 p.m. I completed the game. It took me under 5 hours probably in total, a few breaks here and there, you know. I was just absolutely addicted to it, and this isn't something that I normally do, is like beat a game in one sitting, but I felt like it would be a good game for me to talk about and do a review about, so let's jump into it. So coming into this, I was expecting Stray to just be a game where you play as a cat and explore and have fun, and it's just a nice relaxing game, and I was completely fine with that. Don't get me wrong, Stray does have those things to it 100%, but this game just has so much more to it than that. Stray is about a sense of community, it's about friendships and sacrifice, and it's ultimately a pretty dark story about a post-apocalyptic cyberpunk type world. It's actually ironic because I felt like a pussy for getting emotional over a game about a cute little pussycat, but I just couldn't help it. Let's jump into the review using my 7 P's method. We got the playing, the plot, the people, the places, the picture, the fun, and the pop. So those are the 7 P's that I have. We're going to start with the playing / gameplay. So this game definitely has fun traversal. The majority of the quests, honestly, like early on at least, are just kind of like fetch quests. Go here, go there, get this, get that. But playing as a cat just has a real unique sense of exploration and joy. You have these hilarious moments like jumping up and ruining 2 guys playing a game, and they look at you like you just killed their families. The reactions are just absolutely comical. They have puzzles in the game as well that are tough, but they don't have me doing 472 math equations like some other games I played recently, Cough Madison, where I was literally deducting, subtracting, and adding and multiplying to try and complete a puzzle. It's like, it's not that difficult. The puzzles you can solve, there is some tough ones that took me a while, but it wasn't like anything major. But yeah, the gameplay doesn't do anything groundbreaking, but just from the POV of playing as a cat, it makes it that much more unique and awesome. Because I know you guys remember A Dog's Life, right? Like, A Dog's Life didn't really do anything but it was just such a fun game. You're playing as a dog, you're going and pissing on benches. It's just like, it's so awesome. And I'm more of a dog person as well. I'm not too much of a cat person, but this game just spoke to me regardless. It was just awesome. Even if you don't like cats, you're gonna love this game. It just has so much charm. It has so much, it's so cute. You know, it's just cute. All right. So now we're gonna jump into the plot, aka the story. So Stray actually has a surprisingly deep and emotional story that I was just not expecting from this game. So it drops you in on the outside of a sealed city. You quickly find yourself trapped inside after getting separated from your pack of caps. The city, as you come into it, is just nothingness. There's a real eerie feeling. Humans are gone, and it seems like there's only these AI alive, and also these Zerks, which are the reason, I think, for humanity's extinction. And if you get too close to them, they'll kill you real quick. So you link up with a drone pretty early on in the game as well, who will become your companion throughout this game, and they have a special bond, the cat and the drone. Not something that you would have really seen coming, as a drone and a cat having this great relationship, but it is really well done. And as you first approach other AI in this game, they're absolutely terrified of you. I'll have some gameplay of that up on the screen now, but as you approach the city, they're just all running for their lives from this small little pussycat, and it's pretty damn funny actually watching it back. These robots speak an entirely different language as well. They have their own language, but it gets translated by your drone, which is a nice touch. I like that they don't just automatically speak the same language. They don't just all speak English. It gets translated, which is cool. And there's no voice acting in this game. It's completely text-based, but it's really well done how they do it as well. Like, you're reading, but at the same time, you can see their emotions and you can see how people are feeling in this game as well. Not people, AI. Yeah, this game overall just had a really surprisingly touching story. It's very different. It's a unique setting, as I said before. This like dystopian cyberpunk type world. As I said, one that I definitely did not expect for a game like this. As you go through the game as well, the drone, B12 is his name, will have memories. So as you go through the game as well, you'll realize that B12 was a human before, and like he has all of these different memories that you interact with along the way and can learn a lot about the old world. world, kind of like Horizon Zero Dawn style, I guess. It's really intriguing to see how he just doesn't remember any of it. As he goes through it, you can kind of feel his emotions come back to him as well, and you start to feel upset with him as well as he learns about his family and as he learns about what happened to humans as a whole. So next up, we're going to jump into the people, aka the characters, and there's not too much to delve into here. Apart from the drone, Momo is probably the character you spend the most time with, and even though you don't really have voice acting to portray these characters, as I said before, they're still full of life, especially Momo. You know, you can kind of go up to random side characters as well and talk to them, and you can interact with them by giving them certain things. Like there's a musician, you can give him sheets and he'll play a song for you. You can trade with the barter guy and he'll give you stuff back in return for you giving him maybe like a can of an energy drink or something. But yeah, Momo is definitely like the character that you talk with the most. Like obviously I'm excluding the drone just because the drone and the cat are the two main characters in my opinion. The cat, you don't even really know its name. You don't know if it's a boy or a girl. You don't know anything about this cat. It's more you're learning about the world itself and what happened and the mysteries behind it and how everything unfolded, and you really want to just get these AI out of the city. And that's a lot of these AI characters' dream as well, is to get out of the city into the world, because they're locked into this city. There's a big roof that's basically locking everyone in. But yeah, a lot of the characters are fun. Even the side characters along the way, they're funny. They have good personalities. Some of them are pretty stupid. Seamus and the Doc have a good storyline as well there, where you kind of have to try and reunite them. And then Clementine is the final character that you go along with, and she's a real one. You'll see what I mean by that. I don't want to give away spoilers, but you'll see what I mean by that when you play through the game yourself, or when you watch a playthrough or whatever. The game is not too long, so you could play it in a weekend, and I'd highly recommend doing it. So as I said, it's on PS Plus Premium, and I think it's on the PS Plus Extra tier as well. So if you have PlayStation Plus, then I'd highly recommend checking this game out. So the fourth P is the places. It starts on the outside of the city, and that's where you strive to get for the entirety of the game. Basically, you go through a dead city. It's just eerie. It's weird how there's just nothingness. You go through the slums, which is where you meet most of the AI characters. You go through the sewers, where it gets really weird. That's where a lot of those Zerk characters are. Like, they'll kill you by jumping on and attaching to you. You have to really avoid them, and there's some really fun chases in there as well, where you have to get past them. I should have probably talked about that in the gameplay section, but there's some really fun chases where you're just absolutely running for your life, and you really feel the tension, because if they get a hold of you, then one gets a hold of you, they slow you down, and then 2 and 3 and 4, and you have to be tap and circle to get them off you, but usually it's too late, and they end up just overwhelming you and killing you, and you have to redo the chase. Really fun there in that regard. That was some of the best parts of the game to me, was those chases. And also in the sewers, there was just these really weird eyes that would just be looking at you, bulging out of these, I don't even know how to describe it, but you'll see it on the screen, but it's disturbing. And after that, you get to the ant village, which is just a small little kind of stop along the way, but it's very cool. You're kind of up in the trees. It's almost like a little bit of a tree house nearly. And then you get to Midtown. It's like this dystopian, tyrannical place. You can see straight away when you go in, a cop is like forcing this guy up against the wall, and there's all sorts of signs basically saying if you try to escape the city, you'll be put in jail for an extremely long time, basically. Just kind of not great. Not great. Dystopian, tyrannical. It's not what you want in your city. And then you go through the jail. I won't kind of go into the details of how you get in here, but you go through a jail and you have to escape. Eventually, you do escape onto a subway, and I won't talk about the last locations and stuff like that, just in case of spoilers. I don't want to give away too much there, but I feel like there was a nice variety of locations, and there was that one location you were striving to get to towards the whole time, and it doesn't let you down. Now we'll go into the last 3 Ps, because I don't have too much to say about these overall. We have the picture, the fun, and the pop. With the picture, I really do think this game just has stunning visuals. It does have frame issues from time to time. So picture is basically like graphics and performance, by the way, just in case I didn't mention that. It's just a really nice looking game. The rain pouring down looks great. The game overall, for a game of this caliber, I was surprised with how good it looks. And that's the theme of this game, to be honest, is it just kept surprising me. Like, I was not expecting it to be as good as it was. Like, I don't think Stray is the best game ever, but I also was not expecting it to be really good. I was expecting it to be an all right kind of just fun romp with a cat, and kind of just played it and never looked back. It was, as I said, so much deeper than that. And the fun, this is kind kind of very important to me. The music is such a big part of what makes this game so atmospherically satisfying. I could just walk around as the cat and listen to this soundtrack for hours because it's really, really calming and just overall beautiful. You know, it sets the tone for the game, and I think it does in an amazingly great way. And then we have the pop, and I don't think there's too much to talk about here. The only wow factor of this game to me really is overall how surprisingly well made it was for a game about playing as a cat. We haven't had anything like this in a really long time. When did A Dog's Life come out? Like, what, 20 years ago? I don't know. It's been a criminally long time, but A Dog's Life was goated. I'm telling you, we need a remake of A Dog's Life. I said that in my part 1 of my playthrough as well. Apologies for not doing any more than a part 1 of a playthrough, by the way, guys. It's just that I wanted to get this done. I kind of just got addicted to it, and I wanted to get it done for a review. I want to do more reviews like this. I was taking notes along the way. It wouldn't have made for... I don't think it made for the most watchable game on YouTube anyway. I feel like it's better for me to just talk about it and speak to my experience and let you guys know. You can kind of decide for yourselves there. Watch some other reviews as well. Don't just watch mine. But the general consensus is that this game is pretty great. So I'd highly recommend giving it a chance, as I said before. At the very least, watch a playthrough so you kind of just sense the atmosphere and see if it's something that you would enjoy as well. So I would say that's that for me, guys. Apologies on the short review. There wasn't a whole lot to talk about. I was just winging it. I didn't get too much of a chance to write a big script, and I wanted to get this video up for as soon as possible for you guys. All right, I forgot to put a score on the game. I would have given Stray maybe like a 23 out of 30, 22 out of 30. I'll say 23 because I do think it was better than the Quarry, and I think I gave Quarry too much in hindsight, but it is what it is. Apologies for me recording the rest of this in the park, my bad, and my dog's dragging my arm off. So I hope you guys enjoyed it regardless. If you want to see more reviews on the channel, just let me know in the comments, and I might do a Forza Horizon 5 Hot Wheels DLC video as well. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. It's been my distinct pleasure to serve you all. Drop a like, subscribe if you're not already. We got big plans for the Apex Sound 2 here, so see you next time.